there's really no other time, I think, right now to be like your own creator. I was doing research, and then I got reminded that the Academy Awards is now going to be on exclusive streaming rights on YouTube, which is crazy. And that's like starting in what, 2029, 2028? And it's going to be for like 5 years or something. But I was looking into that and I was like, okay, what does that mean? What does that entail? Basically, the Academy Museum and this just the Academy in whole, basically just Hollywood, right? Their whole archives of scripts and art, and it's not just the Academy. It's tons of other. I think it's like 80 other institutions or something are teaming up with Google, to allowing them to archive and to back up all their art, all their belongings, part of their institutions and their museums and everything. So basically, this is AI training. Okay, that's what's happening. Basically, Google is going to be backing up for preservation, right? I don't mean to do quotations, but basically preservation on everything that these institutions, these museums have. But they're using it for AI training now. But if we put AI training to the side, right? We put that to the side, the Academy, Hollywood, right? Hollywood itself is going, hey, YouTube, we need help. We need help, YouTube. We need help. And to me, that's kind of like interesting to think about it, because you have, I was thinking about it too, like in the 90s, you had this boom of like indie film, right? You had, and let's also put film to the side. You had the boom of like indie creation. A lot of people had camcorders, right? And they were making their own stuff at their house. And then they were able to pitch those shows or those concepts into television shows. And then MTV was picking up so many new things, you know? And so you had all this stuff happening in the 90s. You had an explosion in technology that was making things easier to accomplish, right? You had you had what was the other thing? Rebellion, right? You had a rebellion. You had people going, "Oh, I want to do something different. I want to do something this," and I that's what's like happening now. Like right now, like 100%, we have an advancement in technology yet again, right? Things that are, yes, there are AI tools out there that could make it easier. But even just then, you have everything else to our advantage that we can use. The Academy is going to the YouTube. Literally, the stuff that you put on YouTube is you're releasing your stuff on the same platform that Hollywood is releasing their prestigious Academy Awards on. And this is probably, what else is going to be just streaming straight to YouTube, right? What else is going to be streaming straight to Netflix? I mean, Netflix has, aren't they programming another award show too recently? Like, it's kind of crazy, right? Like, that it's stepping out of, like, the Academy left broadcast television, like 100%. And now it's going to be online. And I think that's amazing, the fact that we can post whatever we want on the same platform as the Academy Awards. Like, to me, that just sounds amazing. And what we have right now is there is a rebellion. There is a strong voice in against AI, and not just AI in general, but the advancement in creating what we say is art, right? Like, art is coming from our voice as our person, but eventually we're not going to be able to distinguish, right, what was man-made, what wasn't, to a certain extent, especially through the screen. Okay, so that hasn't quite fully happened yet, because it's still a rebellion. There's still people fighting back, going, no, we don't want that AI generated material. We want things made by human, and that's amazing. But what if 10 years from now it's no longer a fight and there's no more a rebellion? Now it's just, this is the way the world is, right? So right now is the best time to get a head start, because eventually there will be a time period where you won't be able to notice. But if we start now and you start doing it, you're gonna have a head start. And so there's no other better time, because right now we have rebellion, we have people fighting back, and also too, we have our voice, we have our faces, we have our personality. Anything can be anything can be made, anything can be constructed, right? Like, if you see something that's out there and it's a product, okay, yeah, anybody can make that product. But if you were holding that product and you were talking about that product, you can sell that product more than the product selling the product. You know what I mean? So right now, there's no other better time to be a creator, a small creator, indie creator. You're in no better time to be you. So, I please be you. Create.